Morning, Kathryn.
Morena.
What personal transformation did you experience through the first 5 sessions and the 2 reflection sessions?
I think for me, what I could really experience was going to the sessions, learning about Te Ao Māori and how that applied to research and engaging with Māori in research, and actually put it into practice. And I ended up holding a community hui around my research, and so to be able to do that and feel confident in being able to do that as a result of those sessions was really what I think was a transformation for me. I come from a discipline which is pretty quantitative, doing research using data sets. And so thinking more about these data sets obviously still represent people and their health, and they have research questions that are probably important to them, and so thinking for me about I guess how I engage within my research area. It's a journey, I think. So I'm thinking more about that as I go through and thinking about how can I engage with people, with communities, with Māori, around the direction of the research in the first place, how to do it safely, what are the kinds of questions that Māori are interested in that we can help contribute to. I think that was crucial. I think being able to do it alongside my colleagues who I have that trust with, but it really quickly, I think, was probably a bit apprehensive at the start. Or what am I going to be asked to do and know here? But very quickly we built a really safe space, and I think that was crucial because it allowed us to ask each other questions or have you ask us questions. And be able to really reflect deeply and honestly about, are we doing this? This is a good idea. Are we actually doing this, or are we not doing this? Should we be doing this more? How can we do this? And I think that was really crucial, that it was a safe space for us to discuss and be really, and push ourselves and challenge ourselves. I mean, probably I would say the start, because you're just nervous when you're sort of a bit, not nervous maybe, but a bit apprehensive when you're embarking on something and you think, oh, what is this? Am I going to get asked direct questions that I have to answer about things? But I think very quickly, because it became obvious it was a really safe space, that I wasn't intimidating actually. So I think it was probably at the start, but then yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's good, because I tried to carve out time in my calendar to make the main sessions, but it was good knowing actually if you couldn't, you could go to the mop-up sessions, because it was really good to be able to commit to going to all of them. So having a couple of options did really help, because I guess all the knowledge sort of builds on, it's not really a dip in, dip out, it's a commitment to going and seeing the course through. Time is precious, and there's lots of things that we could go to all the time, seminars on that are interesting and everything. But I think with this, it is a commitment to go for the sessions. But having that mop-up does allow you a bit of flexibility to make it work in your schedule. But I think going for the full series is really important, because you are establishing that trust within the people who attend, and it builds upon, each session sort of builds upon the last one. What I learned through this, I was able to, I guess, take a step that I haven't taken before, in holding a community hui at the start of my research project with Māori and Pacifica community representatives, to get their thoughts on this research area and whether it was important and a priority for them, and how they would engage Māori and Pacifica. And yeah, I felt confident enough to be able to, with my Māori and Pacific colleagues, to hold that hui, and felt safe that I could engage in a way that was safe. And we had such a successful hui and discussion, and yeah, so it gave me the confidence, I think, to be able to do that. And also we all felt when we did that this is what we need to do every time. And it was so, it just reaffirmed why you do that. From a scientific point of view, our research team, we were like, this is what we want to do. We want to do this research and etc. So we kind of felt confident from a research and rigorous point of view what we wanted to do, but actually stopping to think, do the community even care about this? Is it something that they're even interested in? And how would they do it? And the insights that we got from that are really useful and will strengthen the research in so many ways. I mean, you can plan research just from a purely academic, scientific point of view, but you might not get people to participate in it or measure things that are important for them. So I think, that is really, the sessions really gave me the confidence. And I think no matter where you are in your journey, if you're like really at the beginning of the journey about engaging with Māori or you're a little bit further along, I think wherever you are, it does, because you can learn from each other's experiences in the sessions, and it's fine if you're really at the beginning stages. We had people who were sort of international and really didn't know much, as long as you're open and flexible, and you can get an awful lot of value out of it, I think. And we had people who were quite a bit more along their journey, had done quite a lot of work in research engaging with Māori, but I think still found it useful and still had questions, because I think it is a journey that you're sort of, it's not that you've, okay, I've done it now, I know how to engage, that's it, done. I had a really great experience on the marae. I feel, again, actually, I felt like we were all a sort of bundle of nerves standing there at the start of the day, but it was, hard to articulate, really. I mean, the activities were great. We had such a good time, and really diving into, I think, aspects of Te Ao Māori, and I actually felt that was an opportunity as well, because we did it with our colleagues. One of the great things that came out of it is actually it developed really deeper relationships with some of my colleagues that I've been working with for years. And actually, I say that the Marae Day is when I really felt like, we became really quite close and connected, because we were there for the day and just in a different space, talking about different things and learning. So no, I think that was a really really wonderful, positive experience. We didn't talk about research at that Marae Day, but that wasn't the point. It was just that foundation of this is this is different aspects of Te Ao Māori, and we talked about well-being, and we did activities, and we sung waiata, and the kai was great. Everything was wonderful, but I think it was just that foundational base of, okay, we've had this experience now, and then now we're going to have these sessions, which are really about applying to research settings. But it just gave you that foundation and base. It was a great experience for our centre as a whole to bring us together and to really connect deeply with each other. Yeah, the program is really useful, and it has been a really good for us as Transform, I think, having a program like this where people can, within their groups and centres and departments, engage. I think it gives us all skills that we need in terms of cultural safety and engaging, and I think it's really valuable to resource this. I felt like you were preparing us so that when we do engage, we are less likely to make faux pas and have cultural missteps, because we have like a foundation of understanding now around like tikanga and how to engage and what's important in Te Ao Māori. And yeah, I think that was really useful. Yeah, brevis made us really relax and at ease, and that's crucial because you can't have sessions like this, I think, where you're scared or feeling intimidated to talk or ask questions. So you need to just be really comfortable with each other and with the facilitator, and I think that's part of Brevis's skills, is that he does put people at ease and is a real people person.